So taking a breath in, slowly releasing the breath out. And just allow and let your body settle onto the mat. Settle onto the earth. And so with that breath out, release completely. Maybe if you're holding lots in your shoulders, you can gently just draw your shoulders up towards your ears and gently squeeze your shoulders and releasing. Inhale and pressing that low back just gently to the mat, squeezing again, and release. So kosha translates as sheath or layer. So our practice today is going to be about exploring the layers of us. They map the transformation of the body from the unmanifested form into the manifest, the physical body. Like the petals of an artichoke, the kosha system has 5 layers, moving from the most tangible, the physical body, to the subtlest, the bliss body. Annamaya kosha, our food, our physical body. This is changing all the time. This kosha responds to all physical activity, asana, body work, massage, and diet. How we treat our outer shell filters into all the sheaths. Prana Maya Kosha, our energetic, our breath body. This pranic body is the seat of the subtle energy that moves through our body. Without pranayama, the physical body would not be able to sustain life. This body responds beautifully to the many practices of pranayama, breath control. Manomaya kosha, concerned with our minds and our emotions. This body takes information from our senses and the environment and acts on it. This body loves mantra meditation and to be fed beautiful stimulus through the senses. Vijnana Maya Kosha, our wisdom mind, that higher intelligence. This sheath includes our consciousness and our will, separating us from animals as we direct our life, not just from instinct or impulse, but use our will and discernment to know what is right and wrong. Annamaya kosha, the last layer, our bliss body. This bliss body is the junction where consciousness and energy meet and intermingle. In this perfect body, there is no fear or desire, but a grand opening of the heart, which feeds as if one with everything. So breathing in that deep breath. Our Annamaya kosha, this physical body, this first layer is our DNA, that which we are made up of. So as you lay on the floor, breathing, in this moment, just noticing. Noticing, scanning, observing. Taking that breath in for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continuing for the next few moments with that equal breath pattern. Breathing in to the count of 5 and releasing the breath. This Manos Maya Kosha. Our mind and emotions. Taking that information from our senses, from the environment around us. So taking that deep breath in, that slow breath out, bringing your feet, just walking them to your bolster. Walk your feet to your bolster. Just starting our gentle movement, feet on the bolster, into our flowing bridge. And exhale, release, just let the glutes tap. Inhale, open. Exhale and release. Inhale, open. Exhale and release. Inhale, lifting it up. So keep pressing into the mat. Keep those arms extended up over the head. Press down through the balls of the feet. Press down through the heels. And then as you release with that long breath, creating more length and space in that low back. And release. So just with your feet, I want them to stay on the bolster. Arms are going to go out to the side. Let your right knee fall towards the floor and then let that left knee just follow. So the left knee is going to lead you to the left side and then the right knee is going to follow. So a rocking, so a little bit different than our windshield wiper. We're going to open and then release to the side. Open and release to the side. So one more to each side. Come into center, grab your block, and I want you to place your hands on your hip flexors. Your hip flexors are relaxed. So if you were to lift your knee towards you, that hip flexor would pop under your fingers. So I want you to squeeze that block, really thinking about isolating the inner thighs, the legs, without engaging your hip flexors. Okay, they tend to always want to fire. So we want them to be relaxed. So again, without those hip flexors popping up, being activated, just use those inner thighs. Gently squeeze it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remove that block. Let your knees fall out to the sides. Coming into just this variation of our butterfly. And then flow those knees up. And again, I want you to squeeze, go up. And then release it. And let the knees fall open. So we're going to hold in this yin pose. Try keeping your feet just on that bolster. Let your hands relax. Starting with a yin pose. So we're going to be here for 3 minutes of breath. So returning to that equal breath. Maybe you're a 4 count, maybe you're a 5 or a 6. Layer by layer, any thoughts, any distractions, leave them at the door. Just let them go. Slowly bringing the knees, bringing your hands up over the shoulders. Just a nice little rock to rebound. Grasp your elbows. Let your knees fall to one side, elbows to the other. Just this gentle bringing type action. Bringing out the spine, bringing out our internal organs. Coming to center, place this right ankle over this left knee, and we're going to circle the knees. So imagining that that right ankle is glued to the left knee. Awesome. Now, let's just slide that bolster out. I want you to land that left foot, and we're going to do our full big rock. Again, with that right ankle attached to the left knee. So all of this movement very much benefiting the hips and our knees. So one more.
And we're gonna land that right foot over to that left side. So if that feels like a long way to the floor, use your bolster or your block to bring the floor closer to that foot. Inhale and exhale, the shoulders soften back to the mat. Let's extend that right arm up over the head. Again, come back to that equal breath. So that equal inhale and exhale, calming and just slowing that nervous system. Releasing it back to center. Draw that knee towards you, reaching through, draw your nose towards your knee. Release the head, neck, and shoulders, keeping your feet flexed so that we stay a little more active with our feet flexed, as opposed to sort of letting everything fall to the floor. I want you to be more active just in that outer right thigh. And then release the hand, and we're gonna rock it forward and back. So the ankle and the knee, they're not gonna stay glued together. Landing it, I'm gonna slide my bolster up far enough. Land that right foot, come into this seated figure of four. Again, I want you to flex that right foot. Lift your chest, so if that low back is dropping, then you're gonna lose that stretch. Lift and open the chest. Now slide this left foot in a little closer. Lifting, breathing, press into that right foot. Lifting you up into this reverse tabletop. Lift up that right knee. Land that right foot. Lower, landing your bottom. Coming into your little boat. Holding little boat. Breathing. Landing your feet, and I want us to come back to this figure of four. And we're gonna land that foot. So we're not gonna go into that full Baddha Konasana. Bringing your hands, let's actually frame this right foot so that we're going to swivel, come to stand. I mess you guys up every time you do that. Coming into your pyramid. So your hands are framing this front right foot. We are in pyramid. Awesome. Let's grab our block to lift this up. So now shift your feet because we're in that triangle position, pyramid, and we're gonna lift up our tailbone. We're going to round tie. So inhale, lift your tailbone. Exhale. So really making sure that your feet feel connected to the earth, to that mat. Looking forward, so it's that cow stretch. Exhale, round into this hat. Inhale, back to that cow pose. Then releasing your hands, I want you to keep that block right in front of you. Inhale and exhale. Everybody take a little micro bend into their knees. Let that upper body just drape over this front leg. Let the head be heavy. Walk your hands away from your foot. walking it forward. Grab that block again, but we're gonna bring our right hand to the crease of that right leg. So let's everybody go to this high setting. So your spine is long. Bring your hand to your sit bone. And we're gonna come into this rotation. So I don't want us to go into a full revolve triangle yet, because I want us to open. So we did that warm up, where we did that ringing type action. So we want this in that torso. Lots of times when we lift the arm, we get really aggressive in the front of the chest. I want us coming into this rotation. Look to the ceiling. Reach that sit bone into your hand. And then releasing it, find that leg. So you should have a nice long spine. Front body is very active and engaged. Landing this hand, awesome. Land that block, land this left knee. Find your way to your left hip, you've got it. Come to your bottom, and I want you to roll back. They ever get to their bottom like you. And then we're gonna roll, and I shouldn't say roll back. I want us to release one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna switch sides, just so that nobody else on camera has to look at my bottom. Lower down, awesome. Just take a moment, that rebounding. So legs move side to side. So sometimes that twisting and those movements, sorry, it's Saturday morning, maybe our brains aren't sort of connecting with our bodies just yet. My apologies. So now bring that left ankle to that right knee. So remember, we want that glute. Right hand on that right foot. Left hand, left knee, and just circle so that we get into the hip joints. Landing this left foot. And actually, let's just practice pressing that tailbone with your in-breath. Exhale, press the low back. Inhale, tempo. Now keeping the left ankle glued to that right knee. Your feet, foot, sorry, is gonna fall over to the right. Extend this left arm up over the head. Feeling that stretch in the fascia from that hand down under the arm, along that side body. Breathing. Again, returning to that equal breath in, equal breath out. Let the shoulders just relax into and onto the floor. Bringing it to center, lifting it up. Let's reach through, grasp the back of that right knee, hug your nose to your knee, and then land your head, neck, and shoulders. That reminder to keep your feet flexed, the legs active. See if you can bring that right shin so it's more parallel to the mat, to the floor. Gently press the low back to the floor. Now release the hands. So we want to rock it forward and back. So for whatever reason, I feel awkward on this left side. And then coming to sit. Release the hands behind, flow that chest up. So I want you to notice as your low back dropping to the floor, float your chest up, lift gently, draw the shoulder blades together. Again, try and flex that foot. Lift the chest and breathe. Slide that right foot in. You're gonna press into the mat, lifting your hips. Breathing. Smile. This just feels so good. Lift this leg up. Land that foot. Reverse tabletop. Land your bottom. So, if it's easier, roll to this right hip. Bring this left foot in front. I think that's where I missed everybody up. Frame this front left foot. Then we lift our bottom, bring our bottom up so that we find our way into pyramid. Have your block handy. Just play right here a little bit. Slight bend in the knees. Maybe your feet need to come closer. Maybe you'd feel better, your feet wider or a longer stance. But the left leg is in front. We're draping over this left leg. Let go of any hold, any of your neck and shoulders. Breathe in. Lifting it up. Find that block. We want it on its high setting. And so I don't want you dumping into that block. I want you to engage this front body so that it's supporting you. Reach the crown of the head. Not so well. I guess you guys are kind of at the top of it. Round into your cat. Inhale into your cow. Look forward. So we really get into that connective tissue, the origin of our hamstrings. Inhale, lift up, look forward. Exhale, navel center draws in. Inhale, tip the tailbone up, look forward. And bring it to neutral. Let's just release over the leg. Breathing, and again, drape that upper body, find ease. Once again, lift up. Let's take that block to its high setting so that we can find just sort of that prep for our revolve triangle. Left hand on the left hip. Look over that left shoulder. So it's that rotation, that gentle squeeze of our internal organs. Find that even breath in, even breath out. Now extend this arm, find that leg. So you want to think about reaching the crown of the head and that finger towards the top corner of the mat, this sit bone towards the bottom of the mat. So we're not sinking into any of the joints. Now release that hand, slide that block in, breathing. We're going to step that back foot to this left foot, draping over, come into dangling pose. So our dangling pose, grasping the elbows, nod the head, breathing. So layer by layer, maybe breath by breath. That head releases closer to the mat. Rounding down through your feet. Releasing your hands. Just lift up onto the balls of the feet. Settle your heels. Rock and lift up the toes. So roll forward, lift up your heels. Roll back, lift up your toes. Drape over your legs. So maybe bend those knees a little deeper. Come into your halfway lift. Just sometimes after having our head down, I want you to sort of equalize that blood flow. And we're gonna press into the feet, coming all the way up from our halfway lift. Lift those arms. Exhale, drawing hands down through center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flow all the way through. So let's move through a vinyasa. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flow all the way through, hands to the floor. Hop or step back into your strong plank. So either release to the mat or to chaturanga. Inhale, open to up dog or your cobra. Lift and open that chest, shining that heart, pressing it back. Downward facing dog. Float your right leg up, bend that right knee. Again, that reminder, actively press the hands down, arms are active, the pelvis is still active. Float your right knee to the right elbow, nice and strong, right foot, right thumb, flow it up, smooth pressing. Breathing. Hands are reach over the earth, and we're going to come into our elbows. Reaching through that left heel. Land that left foot behind, coming into this cross-legged forward fold. Drawing it all the way up. Breathing, reaching your arms up. Interlace your fingers and come into our side body stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, reaching, pressing down through the feet. Breathing into the side body. Lifting it up. Hands come to your heart. Right ankle comes to that left knee. Into our standing figure of four. So in your standing figure of four, maybe your hands stay at your heart. Maybe your hands come to the knee of the ankle. Maybe your elbows. But if you bring your elbows, I want you to make sure that you're keeping this spine long. Your sit bones are reaching back behind. Lifting it up. Lift that knee up. Lift that knee, find your focal point. Breathing, find this ankle. We haven't done this in a while. Find your dancing pose. You can do it. Find that focal point. Releasing it, right foot to the left. Take that deep cleansing breath in. Exhale, drape and fold all the way forward. All the way forward. Hop or step back into your plank. So your plank could be here. Totally acceptable. Again, tuning in to what it is your body needs. So either release to the floor or to chaturanga, float open to your heart opener. So maybe your heart opener is a high cobra. But everybody do a little check-in for me. Press and find that one. Curl those toes under. Use that front body to actively, so you don't want to use momentum. Breathing, lift up onto the balls of the feet. Saddle those heels. Breathing. Lift your left leg. Open that left hip. Breathing. Float your left knee to that left elbow. Land your left. Over. So maybe it feels better to put your left hand on that left leg so that we still have that leg, but we can come just a little bit deeper. Breathing. So we don't want to sink, we want to keep lifting hands to the floor. Float this right leg up. Keeping that right heel level with the hip. Press out through that right heel. Right leg crossing behind that leg. Breathing. So again, layer by layer. Maya kosha. Now, bend those knees to draw yourself up. Good thing the wall was there for me. Sometimes we all need a little bit of support. Reach it up, keep grounding into your feet, and reach to the side. Keeping your top shoulder stacked over that other shoulder. Make sure that the chest is as you fall into the floor. Open it up. So maybe that top arm, thinking and moving it so that it's in line with the ear. So again, we're keeping that stretch in the side body. Lifting it up. Reach into that opposite side. Flow it up to center, bringing this left ankle over that right knee into your figure of four. So you can stay right here, honoring what it is your body needs, where your body is at. Maybe you're here. Lifting it up, hug this knee in, grasp that shin. Lift your chest. Don't do as I'm doing. Got a little speed wobble. So reposition and then start again. Release it when you're ready. Take that big full breath in. So we're going to release our arms into this cowboy salute. Inhale, open up. One more cowboy. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind. Open your chest. So think about floating this sternum. So the front of your chest, you want to lift it up. Feel your shoulder blades just slide closer to one another. See if you can bring the palms of your hands to touch. Bend your knees, maybe soften those shoulders down, hinging it all the way forward. Breathing. hands to the low back, hands to the earth. We're gonna heel to our feet to the side. So let's start with a little side to side lunge, because we're gonna come into what I like to call camper squat. Malasana. And then maybe grab that block. You're gonna land your sit bones onto the block. So if it's feeling super, super tight, a great option too is to roll your mat up and place it just underneath your heels. So settling into this pose. So block wherever you need it to be. If you guys wanna really, really, really feel this stretch, to do it up against the wall is, you wouldn't think it's more intense, but it's way more intense. So if you need to play with where you need to be, everybody close their eyes, because there's a lot of gripping and holding, and I want you to bring your awareness to your pelvic floor. Breathing. See if you can direct that breath all the way to the bottom of the pelvis. So if this is feeling really intense, then go to the floor and come into happy baby. So happy baby, because the connective tissue around our knees is super duper tight. So this is a great option. So we don't get that same strain. Come here if you're finding malasana just too intense for your knees. Breathing. So you're still getting that nice release. Again, we're in this in pose, and I want us to be here a little bit longer. Everybody lift and lengthen their chest, opening that heart space. Breathing. Don't, again, just like when I cue and we're in down dog or warrior, don't sink into the joints. Try to press down with your feet. Notice how that changes this posture. Lift up out of the pelvis. And then releasing. Just release, rock. Maybe you want to take your rebound as a big child's pose circle. Breathing. So that is intense for our knees. Now, find your way to your bottom. Coming into, we're going to come back to butterfly. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Let's make that basket. Lift up, find your staff pose. Settle those shoulders down. Release over the legs. Breathe in. Coming back to our butterfly. And coming back to that eagle breath. Keep that equal breath. So notice if you feel like you're fighting. So if you feel like you're trying to push into it, I want you to back up. Feeling into your edge. Soften. Just find a little more ease with the breath. So in our yoga poses, Sitra and Sukha. So that ease, that stability. But the breath brings that sun. Notice what you're resisting. Notice where your edges. Breathe in with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drawing it up. Roll those shoulders back. Find our rebound. So take that really nice neutral balance. So again, when we rebound, we're softening. So we haven't done this particular pose in a while, but what I would like everybody to do is actually to roll up the back of your mat. I'm going to turn my mat. And I'm going to give you different options. But you're going to want to have your bottom just a little bit higher than your knees. Right? So find your seat back on just that rolled up mat. We're going to have this right leg in front first. So this pose is called fire logs. So maybe grab your bolster or your block, have them handy. And as much as you can, I want you to have, to start with, this right femur bone directly in a straight line from that hip. So we're not in easy pose, but if this is too much, then you're going to come back to easy pose, okay? So have this front shin parallel with the front edge of your mat. So if this is difficult, then land that block under the outer knee, all right? So as much as you can, and then let's play with this leg a little bit. So fire lock. You want to, so I need to select it. You want to bring that top knee. So our fire log is that we want to have our shin bones one on top of the other. Lift. So I don't want anybody to force themselves into this. Beryl, I want you to slide the bolster underneath that right hand. Yep. So just how I put my block here, slide more. So this is intense, all right? But I don't want anybody in pain or having it be super uncomfortable. So lift up. And if it's way too much, then find easy pose that you're here. Because for some of us, that's enough of a stretch, all right? So just let's just breathe into the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring this up, moving that. So all of our figure of 4 stuff brought us to fire now. Isn't that exciting? Everyone's like, no, not really. So bringing this left as much as you can to that 90, so straight out from the hip. So everybody try that. Put the block underneath that left knee. See how that feels for you. And then, like I feel like I'm too far away to do that. Then bring this other leg over top. Again, I want no one to be in pain, but this is a big stretch for that connective tissue. Perfect, Clover. Yep. If you need to come into easy, then please take Sukhasana. Again, it's your body, your knees, your hips. So just close your eyes. Everybody settle their shoulders. Soften into that breath. Breathing. This is the wrong song. Its presence is astounding. Doesn't stop to think. Where should I go? It's just following its flow. Downstream, downstream. Doesn't think too much. Where should next go? It's just draw that knee. This is our gentle breath. Lots of love for the hips. So we're going to do an easy pose. We're going to come into banana asana. So you are going to just unroll that mat. Making you guys work for your poses today. Prop adjustments. So settle onto your back. Settle onto your back. Walk your feet as far as you can over to the left. Keeping the hips grounding. We're not rolling. And stack that right ankle over the left foot. We're going to reach our arms up overhead and we're going to slide them as far as we can over to the left. Maybe grasping that right wrist. Take that breath, settling that back body completely onto the mat. Breathing into your right side body. Let your dreams lead through. Let the transform into God. What can you soften and lead to find just a little more? Let it unfold, let it unfold. See you in our dream beyond. Into your version, your way of expression. Take a moment to see if I can float. Slide, just walk those feet back to center. You can take that starfish, so big, big stretch to come up lots of space. And notice, let your body settle onto the mat. Watch it all. Now walk your feet as far as you can over to the right. Slide your hands as far as you can over to the right. You can grasp the left wrist. Stack that left ankle over the right. It's just breathe into your side body and relax that body onto the mat.
Slowly walk your feet back, taking any rebound movement that your body is asking for. And you're going to settle into Shavasana. So cover up, settle back on your mat. Cover, surrender, and settle. Taking that cleansing breath in. Between yours and mine. The fire rises. We lay down. Watching how we blaze into the night. Like the layers of a Russian doll, the koshas are separate but connected. When we dive beyond the shell, we think we are. Behind the definitions we give ourselves, we discover we are much more than our bodies. Our inner landscape is created from our breath, our thoughts and emotions, our discernment, and at the heart of it all is a jewel. This jewel is known as Atman, God, the true Son, or the name of your own understanding. The heart of us is timeless and unchanging, regardless of the turmoil that washes through the outer layers. Like a sculptor working with a lump of marble, the job of the yogi is to remove the parts of us that conceal our true beauty until we reach the heart, the place within that is perfect. From Gabrielle Harris, The Language of You. So gently as you're make your way to your side. To your seated pose at your ready. Bringing your hands to your heart. Gratitude. Clover, do you need some water?
There's water bottle.